Hey, my name is Holly. I just got done recording week 4 of your Summer Sun Superband Challenge. Again, I am nice and sweaty. It was a great workout. We've got lots of different things to do today, a little bit different than the weeks you've been seeing. So grab your set of Superbands and let's get going. We're gonna start in Pilates V position today. So heels together, toes apart, grabbing that band overhead. Try to lift your heels off of the ground. We're gonna take a nice slow inhale down and then exhale back up. So inhale, pulling that band to your chest, and then slowly standing back up again. So inhale down, and exhale to lift. Good, nice and slow. Inhale down, exhale to squeeze and lift. Then we're gonna pulse at the bottom next. In 3, and 2. I want you to pulse your arms down, knees back. Good, down, knees back. Tiny pulses, squeeze your shoulder blades together for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that band overhead. I'm going to show you from the side. We're going all the way up and over, and then to the front. Good, so nice big stretch back. If you need to make this easier, let your hands go farther out on the bands. All the way up and over. Good. Just a couple more here. And one more time. Big stretch up and over. And then reach to the sky. Take your left foot over right. Take a nice big stretch down, pulling that band apart at the bottom. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hinge it forward, pull the band apart at the bottom, let the head and neck relax. One more time, big inhale, lift. Exhale, stretch. Keeping tension on the band. Last time, inhale, lift. And exhale, hinge it forward. Perfect, take a nice big stretch up. Let's go ahead and take this band, wrap it around 3 times. Okay, we're gonna pop that on our legs. We're gonna take some monster walks here today just to warm up those side booty muscles, and we're gonna take it right down to the floor. So 4 big steps one way, squeeze, press, good, as big as you can, and then back again. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're staying nice and low. Big steps, big steps, big steps. I'm almost off camera. Good, back again. Big steps, keep your feet wide. From the side, looks like you've got a little hinge forward from your waist. You can see what that looks like. Good, back the other way. Side, side, side. Good, again. Press. Big steps, just keep moving as I'm talking. You can do it. One more big step, and back we go. Good, squeeze and pull. We're gonna do a little step and taps right here. So step, tap, down, press, squeeze, tap, squeeze, tap. You can do it. Down and press, down and press. Almost there. Getting those legs warmed up. Squeeze and reach. Last 3, 2, and last one. We're gonna take this right to the ground. Bottoms of your feet are together. So looks like this. Right. Bottoms of your feet together. We're coming all the way to the ground, lifting the hips up, pushing out. The Frogger pump. So we're pushing out to the sides, hips as high as you can. Knit those ribs together, press and squeeze. Press and squeeze. Try to keep the bottoms of your feet glued together. Side booty's working. Back muscles, butt muscles are holding your hips to the sky. Hands to the sky would make this a little bit more challenging. Press and squeeze. You can do it. Squeeze. This is week 4. We're going to push it. Squeeze and press. Squeeze and press. You can do it. Tiny pulses to finish. Pulse, pulse. Abs in tight. Ribs in together. Squeeze. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold. Don't move. Breathe in. And exhale down. Take that band to your feet. Just one more little ab warm up. So we're pushing out and we're crunching side to side. Let me show you from this direction. So you're pushing out to the sides, keeping tension on the band the whole time. Okay. Press. Driving through those feet, pulling with your core, with your hip flexors. Side to side. This is just our warm up. Breathe and squeeze. Here we go. We are going to push the intensity today. Do the best you can, modify, take breaks if you need to. Good, last 3 and 2, and one more time each side. Make sure you're even, and then go ahead and take a nice little rest. Take the band off, hug the knees to your chest. Let's just rock and roll in the low back a few times, and then go the other direction. And then rock and roll your way up to sitting. All right, so we're starting with I'm using the black and the red band today on a low door attachment. So I've got that little ball underneath the door attachment. We're gonna start with our curtsy lunges with the band pulling on the inside leg. Now we're gonna stay here for a full 2 minutes. We're not doing a circuit of these today. We're just doing the exercise one time. So putting that band right to the inside above your knee. Okay, we're taking a nice big step out. And then from here, I want you to keep your knee stacked over your ankle, and then we're curtsy lunging down. And then lift. Okay, so inhale to lower, exhale to lift. We're trying to make sure our knee doesn't drop out to the side. Okay, so just keep moving as I'm talking and as I'm demonstrating. So you can find that balance at the top can be a little wobbly. Good, slow. Keep that pressure with your inner thigh, pushing to the side. Nice and slow. Now your intensifiers would be to hold on to some weights, either in a goblet squat or one in each hand. You can also try to get this back knee to touch the floor and lift. Inhale to lower. Keep using your inner thigh to put tension into that band towards the middle of your body. Good. Inhale down, exhale to lift. You're doing great. And I'm right here with you today, right? Keeping that knee right over the ankle. We're at the halfway point. So nice and slow. Hinging your hips forward slightly as you come down. Keeping your hips shining forward. So both inner thighs are working. You're definitely gonna feel that band inner thigh on fire to not let that knee swing to the outside. Good, you're almost there. Slow and steady. Inhale down, exhale to lift. We're gonna do a set of hundreds between the legs, okay? So we're not going right to the other leg, but we're not getting a break either. Down and lift. Good, you can do it. Squeeze and press. Lower and lift. We're gonna pulse here to finish. As low as you can, down an inch, up an inch. Good, last 5, 4, you can do it. 3, 2, and stand it up. Whew, sweating already. Grab the red band. We're still here. I want you to take that band to your feet. Arms are coming over the band. Okay, so this is a hundreds position. We're doing this for 1 minute. So the band is helping you to stay stable. I want you to pump your arms down. Try not to let the band make you round up. So you're using your stabilizer muscles to pump the arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Now you're gonna keep doing this at your own pace as I talk. So you can bend the knees to make this more friendly. Okay, one way to do that. Legs out, harder. Most challenging position would be to take your feet out of the band and hold here. The one thing I like about the band is that it's giving your shoulders some feedback when you're here. Okay, so we're pumping. We're already halfway. Big inhale and exhale. Can you come up a little bit higher? Inhale, 2, 3, 5, and exhale. Tummy's tight. Good. Inhale, good. Make sure you're not pushing the abs out. You're pulling everything in. Almost there. Inhaling. And exhale, shoulders back and down. 2 more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Let's go. One more time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, lift a little higher. And exhale. Slowly come on out of that. Minimal break here. Right to our curtsy lunge on the other side. Guess you get to lift my bum this time. So here we go. Grab that band. Other leg. Make sure you've got a good amount of tension on here. Make sure it feels comfortable. Knees stay stacked over the ankle, right into it. Inhaling down, exhaling to lift. Make sure we're hinging forward. Again, keeping that knee stacked over the ankle as we move. You're gonna feel the inner thighs working. So a lot of times when I'm teaching curtsy lunges, I'm gonna show you this. Keep going as I'm talking. When I teach curtsy lunges, people start to open their hips out to the side. So this band is helping you keep everything glued together, okay? So keep moving. Inhaling down and exhaling to lift back up. Little hinge forward from your chest. Find that little balance point at the top. Remember, we're here 2 minutes total. Breathe and lift. Inhaling to lower, exhale to press. Again, we don't need to go fast on these. We're just trying to find solid reps. Again, to make this a little more challenging, you could hold weights in your hands as you went down and up. Good, nice and slow. To make this more friendly, you could get rid of the band. So we're way past halfway. Let's stay with it. Keeping that knee right over the ankle as we lunge out to the side. Good, then that side booty stretching. Down and lift. We're gonna pulse for those last 5 seconds. We're almost there. Inhale, lower. Exhale it up. We've got some sumo pull-throughs to finish out this little chunk, and then we'll take a breather, okay? Here come those pulses next. In 3, 2, and this next time down and hold, tiny pulse. Down an inch, up an inch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Whew. Stand it up, same band, right into our sumo pull-throughs. So feet are out wide, I'm looking like this, right? Knees over toes. We wanna have a nice straight back, so make sure you're not bending like this, okay? Back is nice and straight. The farther you can choke back on this band, the heavier it's gonna be. From here, we're just pulling through. Right, so your hips go back, arms stay straight. Exhale to lift. Inhale to go back. Exhale, squeeze and lift it up nice and tall. Now, if this is too easy, grab a heavier band or just start choking up on the band a little farther. Make sure you still have good form and lift. Keeping those knees going out over your toes. And inhaling back, exhaling up. Now, if your knees start collapsing in, that's no bueno. So I want your knees, I'm showing you from the side, opening as you're coming through. All right, so as you're going down, knees are going out to the side. You should feel those inner thighs as you come up. I know it's hard to see from this angle. So knees are out over the toes. Inhaling down, stretch. Exhaling to lift. Inhaling down, nice straight back. Pushing your hips forward. Good, nice and slow. Inhaling down. Exhale, squeeze. Again, knees go over toes as you go down. Squeeze and lift up. Almost there. Squeeze, press. Oop, got a little heavy on me. Make sure you keep your weight forward on your feet. And inhale down, booty goes back, chest goes forward. Squeeze. So close, you can always give yourself a little more slack in the line if it gets heavy. And press. Inhaling back and lift. Last 2. And last one. Squeeze and lift. Take a nice slope back down. Let everything stretch here. Wiggle your hips side to side. We've got a minute break. You can grab a drink of water. This would be a good time for that. We're gonna work on a lunge with a row and a twist. So lots of balancing components going on here next. You can use the red or the black band. Either one is fine. Just finding what's going to work for you. Okay, we're coming up tall. So right leg is coming forward, left leg is back. As we row, we're going to lunge and twist at the same time. So it looks like this. When we come down, we're going to drop that back knee, twist and pull, and then inhale up tall. All right, so exhale, pull and twist, and inhale to lift. Now this doesn't need to be fast. Think 90 and 90. Hand is by your waist. We're trying to look backwards. Inhaling up. Other hand can be at your hip or just stretching forward. Inhaling up. Exhale to pull. Nice control here. Exhale to pull. We're doing this one for 90 seconds. Inhaling up. Exhale. Pull and twist. Taking that little pause at the bottom. Squeeze. Back muscles, leg muscles, oblique muscles. Everything is working in unison on this one. Squeeze and lift and lift. Very good. Exhale and lift. Almost there. Full squeeze. Take that pause at the bottom. Exhale. See if you can tap that knee all the way to the floor. Almost there. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull. These are all a little bit longer today, but we're only doing them one time through. Exhale, pull. And lift. Squeeze and twist. Everything working together. Last two. And last one. And up nice and tall. We're going to superset this with a pull through today. Okay? So we're going to be in a thread the needle position. So coming down, I'm going to grab the red band for this. Let's see from here. So you want to make sure you've got a good amount of stretch, either by choking up on the band or just coming farther away from your door frame. So we're here. There should be tension when you're in this thread the needle position. And then we're lifting and then through, right? So this may take a little bit of practice to find where it's going to feel the best for you. We're coming just to neutral and stretch. You might want to grab just one of these if it's too tight and lift. Inhale, thread the needle. You can bend the elbow a little bit and then pull. Inhale, thread. Should be stretch here on the band and then pull. So you want to make sure you got enough tension. I'm only using one part of the band right now. Back to neutral, stretch, and lift. You can let this standing elbow bend slightly, and then up. Inhale in, exhale, we'll pull. Good. Squeeze, and reach. Almost there. And stretch. Squeeze. 10 more seconds. Inhale down. Exhale to press. Good. Reach, 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 reach. Good. One more big stretch. One more big stretch. And pull and squeeze. And then release. All right. Moving right along to our next set of lunges here. So grabbing that dark band again. Coming up to standing. This time we're going to have our left leg forward, right leg back. We're twisting and looking over that left shoulder. Okay, so right leg is back, left hand is forward, finding good tension on that band. And then we're pulling, dropping, twisting, inhaling up. So exhale, pull, squeeze and twist, take a little pause, and inhale. This other hand can just rise up and lift. Good, so we're squeezing and reaching. Taking that little pause and hold, twist, and lift. Good, perfect. Make sure we're getting down to that 90. We're staying up tall on this one today. There's no hinge forward, okay? So keeping it up tall, adding that twist. Trying to keep those hips shining forward, rotating from your waist, pulling with those back muscles your oblique muscles, everything's working together. Good, nice control. Exhale. And these are a little longer today. You're doing great. Squeeze and lift. Might even feel a nice burn in the front of that other thigh. It's getting a nice stretch. Good, squeeze and pull. No pulses, just a few more. Squeeze. I'm getting breathless. And release. Good. Last two. And one more, squeeze and hold. And up. Great. So now I get to look at my booty again. Right into our threads and needles. Then I'm only holding one of these, not the whole thing. So I'm getting some nice pull. To start, you've got a little bend in that standing arm. And then exhale, it's gonna pull to neutral. Okay, so here's the twist. Make sure you've got enough tension. Down, and then lift. Inhale down, exhale pull. Inhale down, and the elbow, exhale pull. Thread the needle, and pull. Thread the needle, and pull. Get nice and slow. Down, and squeeze. Reach, and squeeze. Good, nice control. Bending that standing arm, elbow. Just a couple more here. And lift. Last two. Squeeze. And one more time, exhale to pull. And then slowly release. All right, coming right down onto our back. No break from this. We're just going to switch to the other hand. Now, depending on your strength, you may want to hold on like this or go to the end of the band, your choice. So if you have the band in your right hand, left hand comes to your ear. You want to make sure there's a little tension on the band when you start. We're going to crunch left elbow to right knee. Inhale down and exhale to crunch up. You want to make this harder, send that right leg out and reach. Make this hardest. You can reach up for that leg. So friendly, right here. Reach and crunch. Taking that little pause at the top. Ribs are staying melting into the floor. Inhale back, exhale up. Inhale back. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Remember, friendly would just be to set your foot down. Head comes all the way down each time. And press. Nice and slow, nice control. Squeeze at the top. Good, almost there. We're switching right to the other side next. You might need to scoot over a little bit to be in line with the band. Last two. And last one, squeeze it. And then I'm just going to scoot a little bit over so the band is in line with my shoulder. Other hand to the ear. Here we go, crunch. Inhale back, exhale to squeeze. Inhale slowly back. Your friendliest option would be to put the foot flat on the floor. I want you to think about getting armpit to knee instead of just like cranking your elbow across. Think about bringing your armpit all the way up. Maybe you can try this with the straight arm and straight leg instead. Inhale back, exhale crunch. All right, we're already halfway. You can do it. Keep those ribs melting into the floor. Good tension on that band. As you crunch and lift, hold it. Inhale back. You can do it. I'm right here with you. I'm burning too. I'm sweating today again. I skipped wearing a shirt altogether. Good, last little bit. Squeeze. And press. We're gonna get a break after this one. We'll get a 60-second rest. In 3. And 2. And one more big crunch. Up, 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 hold. And rest. Take a nice little stretch out. Fingertips reach, toes reach. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Grab a sip of water if you like. You can also take this break to move your setup. We're going to be taking the little knobby thing to the top now. Make sure you guys grab some water. How we doing out there? Ready to finish up our last little superset? Most of the hard work is over, so you guys did a great job. We're gonna do just a set of squats, goblet squats or assisted. So if you're at your limit today, you can do these nice squats here with the band to help you up. If you're feeling up for it though, maybe grab your weight. I also like to elevate my heels on this one too. So there's a way you can do that by using your the weight itself to lift your heels up like this. Okay, so I'm gonna do that today. You can grab your weight. So use one in your hands. You can use the other to elevate your heels. All right. How many reps do you think we can do on this one? What I really want you to do is go till you're about 2 reps from failure. So I'm not really gonna time this one. We're just gonna see how it goes, okay? So if you need a little less time or a little more time, that is up to you. I am going to time it to figure out what that level is for me today. So heels are elevated. Here we go. Try to go as low as you can and then squeeze and lift. Inhaling down, exhale to lift. Now if you can't go quite that low, that's all right. Nice and slow. Inhale to lower and exhale to lift. Good, breathing in through your nose, exhaling out through your mouth, and press. Inhale down. I want you to notice when I'm getting to that place of failure. I'm with a 20-pound dumbbell right now. Good, inhale down. Exhale to squeeze and lift. Good. We're gonna max out for sure at 2 minutes, okay? So 2 minutes is the maximum we're gonna do. Do the best you can. And breathe. I want you to be in a position where you can only do a couple more reps by the end of this 2 minutes. So, eventually the goal is to add weight, right? Add some weight. Squeeze and lift. If you started with a 30-pound weight and right now you were done, you'd be done faster. Okay? I'm not quite there. I probably could have used a heavier dumbbell. Okay? Breathe and squeeze. I'm gonna try to show you where my progressive overload is with 2 reps in reserve. Wasn't counting. We're at about 90 seconds though. I think I only have a couple more in me before I have only a couple more left. Here, I'm gonna do 2 more. Down and lift. All right, into that shaking point. If you got a couple more, go for it. You got 10 more seconds. Good, last 3, 2. Whew. All right, grab another sip of water if you need one. We're gonna use that red band next. I'm gonna work on a little bit of balance today. So, we're doing a single arm lat pull. Really straight from Pilates, we're gonna do a march with the opposite leg. So you want a little tension on the band. We're gonna pull the band to our thigh, lift the opposite leg. So make sure you're starting with tension on the band and we're pressing. Things to look out for, doing this, no bueno, or this. All right, so shoulders back and down. Inhaling up, good, exhale to press. Good, so working our obliques to stabilize and press and squeeze. Inhaling down. If you want to make this harder, step farther away. Good, press and hold. Oops, see, I was a little too far and I'm tipping over. So if you go too far and you tip over, just find your little sweet spot and lift. Good, nice control. Squeeze. Find that balance on your standing leg. Press and squeeze. You're almost there. Good, last little bit. Squeeze and hold. Last 2. and pulse to the top, tiny pulse. Pulse, squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch. Let's turn it around. Watch my tushy again, no breaks. Here we go, right into it. Press and lift again, making sure you're not letting your shoulder scrunch up. That's what I see commonly with this. You'll try to press, I elevate here. So shoulder back and down, sink into that socket of your shoulder. Exhale up. Inhale back, exhale to press. Good, nice control. All the way to your hip if you can. Yes, we're working this anti-lateral flexion here. All right, we're already halfway. Shoulder blade back and down. Good, inhaling in, exhale to press. I'm gonna finish with those few little pulses. Almost there. Squeeze and release. Woo. Working hard today, everybody, working hard. Here come the pulses at the very, very tippy top. Tiny pulse, down an inch, up an inch. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, squeeze. All right, we're gonna do a couple of different sets here to finish. First one is gonna be more of an upper body focus. The second one is gonna be a little more ab focus. So first one, we're using the dark gray. Feet are right up against your door frame or the wall. Either one's fine. Make sure you've got enough tension on the band. We're gonna be working those back muscles. So at the top, knees can bend. If you can keep your pelvis neutral with the straight leg spine, I just don't want you to look like this to start, okay? Take a big inhale here. On your exhale, we're gonna scoop low back, middle back, roll it all the way down one vertebrae at a time. We're gonna stay here, pulling that bar or that band in. So we're squeezing and releasing. Exhale, pull and squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Nice and slow. Squeeze and release. Make sure there's a good amount of tension. We're gonna do this from the seated position as well. We're gonna take a nice little roll up next. Just a few more here. Squeeze and pull. Try to keep your shoulder blades flat on the ground. And squeeze. And release. And squeeze. Try to get your back of your arm all the way to the mat. Shoulders stay away from your ears. Last 3. Ribs stay knit together. 2. And last one, arms straighten, nod your chin. We're doing a full roll up, Pilates roll up, roll, roll, roll. Bend your knees if you need to. Let your hands slide down the band. Take a little ab crunch here at the top. Stack the spine up, maybe scoot a little farther away from your door frame. We're doing this from the seated position next. We're pulling down. Inhale up, exhale to pull. Inhale up, exhale, squeeze and pull. Right down the line of the band. To make it harder, choke up heavier on the band. Squeeze and release. Squeeze. Abs are in nice and tight. Squeeze. Almost there. Good. Squeeze and pull. We're going to use that red band next for a few more roll downs. Almost there. Squeeze and pull. Shoulder blades back and down. Try not to let them elevate like this or here the whole time. Squeeze and release. Let's try a little wider. Out with the elbows. Pull down and up. Just a little wider with elbows this time from the side. Looks like this. Okay, just a little wider. Keep going. Last little bit here. Wide and up. Wide elbows and lift. Good. Last 3 and 2 and last one. Squeeze and lift. Find your red band. This time we're going to roll down nice and slow. Now, the harder way to do this would be to have no band at all. Here we're going to reach the arms up overhead. Hands come forward. Nod the chin. Slow, slow, slow. I like to keep the band because that stretch feels actually pretty good. If you need to bend your knees, take a little crunch here. Stack the spine up tall. Let's go again. Scoop and roll. We're going to do a little overhead press with this band. So one vertebrae at a time. Head comes down. Just reach up overhead. Slowly come forward. Nod the chin. Scoop, scoop, scoop. One vertebrae at a time. Taking that nice little press forward. Stack the spine up tall. Let's do that one more time through. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Roll it down. Lower back. Middle back. Head is the last thing down. Once you get here, reach those arms overhead. Big pull, ribs stay in. Nod the chin, start to roll up. One vertebrae at a time. Nice big crunch forward. And then stack it back up. Nice and tall. Okay. One more exercise. Are you guys up for it today? One more exercise. This is going to be a push-up burnout, okay? Many push-ups as you can do in 1 minute. If you're fried at this point, feel free to call it a day. But if you got a little bit left in the tank, let's do it. I'm putting my hands on these dumbbells again. Gets me a little bit lower range of motion. And I'm gonna do it with modified position. You can do this with your hands on a counter. Here we go. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Just nice controlled movement. If you feel like going faster, you can maintain good form. Give it a try. Inhale down, exhale up. Nice tight core. Inhale down, exhale press. And you can do this from full push-up position. Modified would be to take your hands up on the countertop. We're already halfway. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Can we do it? Inhale down, exhale press. I know you can. Inhale down, exhale lift. Let's go, let's go. Breathe. If you're already at your maximum, that's fine. Inhale down, exhale lift. Home stretch, down, squeeze, down, squeeze. I'm at my maximum. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Can you do one more? One more. Press and lift. Whew. And take a nice little stretch back. Okay, take a nice child's pose here, hips to heels. Wiggle your hips side to side. Reach your fingertips forward. Downward facing dog. And let's go ahead and come down to the knees. Take your feet out wide. Frog pose looks like this. Wiggle the hips side to side here. Also walk yourself forward and walk back and walk forward and back. And then let's go ahead and sweep our feet around onto your back. Right foot over left knee. Grab the back of your left knee. And just make little circles with your sacrum. Or you can cradle the baby, elbow, foot, stretch here. And switch, left foot over right knee, grab the back of the right leg. Or cradle the baby, elbow to knee, straighten the other leg out. Happy baby stretch. Feet out to the side, elbows to knees, rock side to side. And then rock and roll up to sitting. Take a big inhale up to the sky. Exhale, shake out any tension that you have. Just shake, shake, shake it out. Good, big inhale up again. And shake, shake, shake it out. And one more time, big inhale up. Exhale, pull your hands to your heart center, and you guys are all finished. Thank you so much for coming to your week 4 of your Summer Sun Superband Challenge. And if you like this workout, make sure you like the workout, comment below. Please subscribe to my channel, it really helps me out. And if you need a link to the bands, it's in the description below. See you next time.